Hello, and welcome to another Brickslopes video. Today we'll be covering my Brickslopes 2025 haul. H-A-U-L haul. And so I guess we'll start with day one. Day one, received this bag of goodies, basically, as well as a new name badge, which I will say I really like the black, white, and red color scheme, though I will say, and maybe future years will account for this, I do think that the top row should almost never be red or blue, because I think that if they're going to continue building the logo into the badge, which I do like that choice, I just think that they should probably not do red or blue, because I think that clashes a little bit with the logo. I think maybe a dark red would have worked better, but that's just me, my opinion. But so inside that bag, you got a Brickslopes figure there, as well as that custom figure parts pack. I think it's like an armor set or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super interested in it. But then you got advertisements, as well as a military custom figure, but advertisements from the vendors there, as well as you got two bags of parts. These are not the original parts that I got. I swapped them out at the part swap, so there we've got a whole bunch of the trans clear stud with the bar hole, and so I figured that would be really useful in future, as well as a bunch of light yellow or light bright yellow, what are they called, minions hair pieces. I thought those could be really useful. But then the seed part for the seed part challenge was this 2x2 medium blue slope piece, and not the most interesting seed part, I will say. I don't know, I really liked the seed part from last year, which, yes, it was a droid head, so me being into Star Wars, I liked that. But I also liked the element of it is an unusual piece, and so it kind of challenges you as to what to build. Whereas this year, I don't know, the seed part felt kind of generic. It's like, it's not really that hard to think of things that you could build with that. So, obviously, I like getting the seed part, but this year I just felt it wasn't quite as interesting as a challenge as last year. And then later that night at the meet and greet, we got swagged. So I ended up with a pirate figure, because that was this year's theme. A little figure that had the Hyatt logo on it. I always get Hyatt and Hilton confused, but I'm pretty sure Hyatt was the hotel of the meetup. And then I also got a series whatever figure 27 figure that was the hamster suit person. So not super desirable, but hey, it's a free figure. I can't really complain. But then day two is where we start getting into the stuff that I bought from vendors. And one big thing that I bought at the yard sale that they had, because they basically do that every year where in the morning you can come and either sell stuff or buy stuff from other people that are selling it. It's really cool. I really like it. But I ended up buying my first purchase of the day was the Lego House Redbeard. I was super excited to get that because, I don't find myself traveling to Billund all that often, so I imagine this is going to be the easiest way for me to get my hands on it. But then I also bought a bunch of junk parts from Built Poorly, which I've already gone through, and all the junk parts that are non-Lego or like broken are in that smaller bag, and then the rest are all just sort of incomplete figures, maybe a bit dirty. But so I always find really good value in those junk parts, and even in that junk bag, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's another Darth Vader. That's the same one that I've been torturing through the 4th of July videos over the past few years. So, yeah, that'll definitely be fun around the 4th of July to see what comes of that. Then I also bought, I'm not sure what the shop was called, but they had a bunch of 3D printed stuff, which I'm not super into, but I was like, they're kind of neat. So they had that brick down there that's like a fidget toy, so you can press all the studs and they make it clicking. I do wish that they would stick. Like it'd be kind of cool if you got one to stick down and then pressed another one and that one popped up. Like that would be a lot cooler than right now. They just press them and they come back up. I guess I can show that off real quick. So yeah, not super. I guess useful maybe is the word, but just fun. The brick next to it is one of those like stress balls, but just in the form of a brick. So I thought that was kind of fun, and it was like $3. So I was like, yeah, that's a fun, cheap purchase. But they also had those big crystals there that I bought. They're neat. They'll go on a shelf. But yeah, I was surprised there were a lot of people or a lot of vendors there with 3D printed stuff this year, which I don't know. A lot of it was kind of neat, but for me, it's like I'm more interested in just pure Lego. And then behind that, you can see at the what was it? The keynote on day 2? Yeah. Yes. The keynote speaker on day 2. I got swagged. I got the Shang-Chi dragon set, which I will say I had never really noticed because I didn't have much interest in this set, but I ended up using this year the eyes from the dragon. I ended up using in my mock as like monster eyes, and they're on the satin trans blue or trans light blue tiles, which you cannot see from the render because the render does not capture that. It's one thing where I've really wished that LEGO would stop using renders and just like take an actual picture. Like I get it, renders are faster, but in cases like this, it's like it doesn't show off the quality of your product. Like, just use a picture. Like, and you know, same with, you can kind of see the rings over there where, like, those are chrome gold, but that doesn't show up in the render because the render can't capture things like chrome or satin, you know, and it's like, well, that's really lame. Like, but I digress. Then, speaking of other things that I got on day 2, they had the team speed build, which was this creator pirate set. So I got to take home the sails and a few other parts from it as we split up the set. So that was fun. And then I bought from some other vendors. I bought the Jules Verne set. And then from one vendor, they had the new 327th Clone Trooper, as well as a couple of those Toy Story figures. And this is basically the only way that I see myself getting the 327th Trooper. He was $10, and I was like, well, ideally I'd buy that set at $30, so, you know, it's not that big of a difference at that point when it's like price per figure. But I figured just having one to kind of review and talk about, because I kind of do want to talk about clones and their accessories, but that'll be a video for a different day. And then the speed build was the Durburger set, another set that I really question the render on, because as you can see, the actual buns are in the regular orange color, whereas on the render it looks like it's the bright light orange, which I honestly think would be a better color for it. Because I don't know, I don't play Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite. I don't intend to. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a fine build, I guess. It did make for an interesting speed build. But yeah, I mean, it's getting parted out basically after this. And then I guess the last thing on day 2 to talk about is this figure here, made locally by Nerd One Creations. He actually did a really cool thing where he takes broken figure parts and basically tries to salvage what he can, and then adds a skeleton into the rest, and he tries to make it a fully posable, like, skeleton figure. And so I bought this TIE Pilot and actually put it on my mock for the duration of the convention. But so yeah, that was really cool. And yeah, I'm definitely curious about potentially getting more of those or trying to make my own. But yeah, it came out really cool. I really liked that. But so yeah, on to day 3. So day 3, I guess we can start with, I bought from Built Poorly again a bunch of these big 16 by 16 plates, just because those were relatively cheap there, and those are really good to, like, build on. As well as I bought some junk part crocodiles and sharks. Those are a lot of fun to mess around with, and like, especially with, like, my nephews, they're kind of fun to let them mess around with, and they're cheap enough that I don't really care if they, like, damage them or whatever. I guess, let's see what, at the yard sale, we'll go there, I guess, because that was first up in the day. I ended up buying some figures, which I believe is The Fly, Marvin the Martian, Batmite, and I'm not sure, I can't remember quite who I bought from the Disney series. Maybe Prince John? maybe. Uh, but then I also bought another Moloch's Land Speeder. It's just a good set to get Carillion Hounds and some neat figures and neat parts in. As well as from that same seller at the yard sale, I bought the U-Wing Microfighter there. And then from a different seller, I bought a Death Trooper. And then, let's see, from the same seller that I got the other figures from, I bought an Echo for $2. I figured that was enough that I could feel good about erasing the printing from her leg and potentially using that on a different figure. But then the relay build was this Ninjago set. That was kind of fun. They kind of figured it out on the fly, but basically you and another person, you each got a set, and then because there were 2 bags, you'd build bag 1. Once you both had bag 1 done, you'd switch and build bag 2 for the other person's build. And so that was kind of fun. Fun new game. I like that they're trying to add new games. I do wish that they didn't quite overlap, because I think it was the team speed build that overlapped with the medium speed build. So it's like, that would have been nice to be able to do both, but, you know, it is what it is. They're still doing a lot of games, so that's fun. Then from other sellers, I got, someone had the big Jyn Erso. They had it for $5. I got them to sell it to me for $2. So I felt pretty good about that. Because I definitely want to talk about construction figures, and I feel like she's a significant step in the death or alteration of construction figures. But then I bought some droids from Built Poorly. Some of them were cheap. The turquoise one was a fair price, but I didn't think that I had the dark turquoise one, so I wanted that. And then from another seller, I bought 3 of the Stormtrooper and Death Trooper battle packs. And so those are pretty cool. And then Dirty Brickster, I got these 2 city sets as well as the Sand Green Skull storage head. Still really wish they'd make a Sand Green skeleton, but for now the storage head will have to suffice. And then I guess the only other thing, let's see if I guess I bought the Juniors Doc Ock. That was relatively cheap from some seller, so I was like, it's sand green and it's kind of a neat figure, so I'll buy that. But the only other thing, I guess, would be I did the $15 draft on this day, and that was the buildable Grogu with Pram set. I don't know, it wasn't that great of a set as far as drafting, because pretty much once the big white quarter domes were gone, like, there really wasn't, like, I feel good about the amount of parts that I got for $15. You know, it's $15, it's not like it's a whole lot, but it just kind of felt like, oh, okay, like, I guess that's an interesting part. Pick that up, move on. Like, nothing really struck out as like, ooh, I really want that. I did think it was interesting that I guess in that set, and maybe from now on, they're including an extra Grogu head. So I got a bag of 5 Grogu heads. And so those will be fun to maybe put on pikes or something in a mock. But yeah, then I guess we'll move on to day 4, the last day. Oh no, I am missing something from day 3. That's what I'm missing. So I'll give you a quick preview from day 4 because I bought another one. But I already sorted out the day 3 one. But there was a seller that was selling. You could fill a bag like this for, I think it was $20. Um, but they just had large quantities of printed pieces from Lego, like officially printed pieces. And so I bought a bag on day 3 and then another bag on day 4. And if you can see, some of the parts in there are really cool, like those koi fish tiles and those clocks, the mirror pieces. I think that's a Beauty and the Beast painting. I'm not quite sure. Um, there's a map, the VHS tapes, cheese, um, junk mail, arrows, keyboards, just a whole bunch of really neat pieces that I was really glad to get. But I guess brief intermission between days 3 and 4, and we'll talk about the appreciation tokens that my box got. I wish I had separated them out by Make It Stop and Eyes on Frey, but I didn't do that. So between the two of them, these were the tokens of appreciation that I got. So I appreciate getting those, and let's try to see. Yeah, that looks focused. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate all the people who left those, and yeah, I guess we will move on to um, day 4, the last day. So day 4 was the last day of Brickslopes, and it was certainly a good day. Like I said before, I got another bag of parts from that one seller, and then there was another seller, which you can see their little flyer there, Bricksville. Um, they had these really cool, uh, they called them Brickymon cards, um, which I would be kind of interested to see if Lego makes an equivalent. Um, but they were selling them. I believe it was regular yellow was $1 each. Metallic silver was $2 each, and then metallic gold was $3 each. And so you could go and find them on your own, or they had a gumball machine that you could put 50 cents in and get one out each time. So I spent $2.50 and got 5 cards, and they're neat. I don't usually go for custom pieces, but they had really good quality on all their custom pieces, and so I might try and work out something with them to maybe get some appreciation tokens for next year, because I think that would be fun to start putting those out. But then, let's see, what else did we get that day? We got from Built Poorly again. He had a Bob the Builder and a wheelbarrow. I think that was like $4 altogether. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that, because Bob the Builder is one of those weird licenses that I didn't have anything from. So I figured, hey, I'll take Bob. Um, then there's also a Jessica Cruz Green Lantern back there that I got from a different seller. I wasn't sure if I had her yet or not. Um, but then Built Poorly also had a bunch of these sand green bags that had been calling my name the whole convention, so I got him to do a pretty good deal for me on those, and I'm quite happy with adding quite a bit to my sand green collection. So I'll have to get those sorted. And then the last meeting, closing ceremonies, I got schwagged twice. And so I got this 2-in-1 Jurassic World set and the big Good Fortune set. And so I'm pretty happy with both of those. They're both things that I wouldn't have picked up on my own, but I'm definitely curious to build them and see what kind of interesting parts are in each, or what I can do with like the dinosaurs or figures or whatever. But then we also did the $25 draft this day, which was the new botanical flower arrangement set. And I gotta say, that's probably one of the best drafts that I've ever done. Because, like, every time there was a piece that I grabbed that I was like, ooh, yeah, okay, like, that's pretty useful. I can use a lot of those. Like, the only one that I'd say I was like, okay, I'll just take that because it's what's left. It's these uh, yellow 1x3s with the clip on the end, or I guess 1x2s with the clip on the end. But like, you got yellow clamshells and the new big orange leaf, these snot bricks, these like figure flight accessory things that have the bar at an angle with the stud. I got some of the new, they're the like stud with the clip on the other side. Some of those really big wheel pieces that I used one in yellow on my Dizon frame lock. Now I've got a whole bunch of them in dark green. And then we also got schwagged at the end of that, which was really nice. So we got big parts bags, and so I got a whole bunch of sand green plant stems. And so, yeah, that was super nice. And then the last, but certainly not least, is the this was a employee gift for, I think, the 75th anniversary. But I won that in the charity auction for Kill Hall Cancer. And so felt pretty good about that. And so that's my second year in a row winning one of those auctions. And so, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because this one is sealed. And so I kind of wonder, should I open it or not? Like, from what I can tell, it looks really cool. Let me see, because it came with a paper, and I think that shows you what it should look like. So yeah, ideally that's what it looks like inside, is that like metal Lego duck keychain. It looks really neat, but this one is sealed, and so I don't know, now I have to debate, do I want to open it or keep it closed? Because it is kind of neat how it's sealed, where it's got those like Lego brick metallic seals on it. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, I'll have to decide probably another day if I want to open that or not. But either way, it's mine, I suppose. But yeah, so overall, I guess you could say that I enjoyed what I got. I am very happy with all the things that I ended up getting from Brickslopes and adding to my collection. And I hope you enjoyed this haul video, and I'll see you next year. Bye bye.